Interesting facts about Bangladesh. Did you know that its capital, Dhaka, is one of the most populated and the most densely populated city in the world? With the continued impact of climate change, it is feared that Bangladesh will disappear by the end of the century. Bangladesh as a country did not exist before 1971. Over the centuries, the region of Bengal was ruled by a list of Indian, Turkic, and Mughal dynasties as well as the British. In 1947, the British relinquished its rule over Indian subcontinent following decades of independence movements, resulting in the establishment of the countries of India and East and West Pakistan. Bangladesh was East Pakistan until its independence in 1971. Fight a war and declare independence over language. The name Bangladesh is made up of two words. Bangla, the native name of the Bengali language, and Desh, meaning country. In the years following the division of the subcontinent, tensions rose between West and East Pakistan, Bangladesh, on a number of different fronts, including West Pakistan's economic exploitation of East Pakistan, political division, cultural differences, views on religious fundamentalism and language. The origin of muslin. Muslin is a renowned lightweight cotton fabric that was first hand-woven in the Bengal region around current-day Dhaka. The name muslin is thought to have come from the city of Mosul in current-day Iraq, from where Western traders procured the material. The traditional hand-weaving of Dhaka muslin is still practiced in Bangladesh today and is more commonly known by the Persian name of Jamdani and is recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Controversial garments industry. Many big-name clothing brands from around the world now source their products from Bangladesh, with an estimated 4,000 garment factories currently in operation. While the industry has boosted Bangladesh's economy and helped towards the empowerment of women, much controversy surrounds its practices and safety standards. Along with this, problems also exist around the use of child labor, labor hours, underpayment, and lack of proper safety equipment around dangerous machines. Bangladesh routinely falls amongst the most corrupt countries in the world, the latest data placing 145th out of 176 in the rank of the least corrupt nations. Corruption is present in all public sector departments in Bangladesh and often takes the form of bribery, rent-seeking, embezzlement, pilfering, irresponsible conduct, service delays, bureaucratic indulgence, and excessive lobbying. Corruption also exists between the private sector and the public sector, with large government contract often the subject of corruption, where gifts are often expected to secure contracts. Biggest central bank heist in recent history. In February 2016, the Bangladesh Central Bank was the target of one of the biggest bank heists in recent history. An attempt was made by hackers to steal roughly $1 billion and 35 smaller transactions through the SWIFT network going through the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Of the $101 million stolen, $20 million was traced to Sri Lanka and recovered, and $81 million was traced to the Philippines, of which only about $18 million has been recovered to date. Investigations are still continuing, with US media reporting that FBI suspects North Korean involvement as well. Bangladesh is still considered one of the poorest countries in the world, with 31.5% of a population of 161 million people still living under the poverty line. That's approximately 50.7 million people, a number that is more than double the entire population of Australia. The wealth gap in Bangladesh is also staggering. The World Bank's data show that the poorest 20% of the population only controlled 8.9% of the country's total wealth in 2010, and the richest 20% of the population controlled an eye-opening 41.5%. The Bengal Delta, located on the coastline of Bangladesh, is the largest river delta in the world. It is fed by two large Himalayan rivers, the Ganges and the Brahmaputra, and a non-Himalayan river, the Meghna, which in turn is fed by two other large rivers, the Padma and Jamuna. The delta stretches a distance of 105,000 square kilometers, with approximately two-thirds falling within Bangladesh. The delta is also home to the world's largest mangroves, the Sundarbans, a UNESCO World Heritage Site covering 10,000 square kilometers. The Sundarbans are home to an array of wildlife and threatened species such as the estuarine crocodile, Royal Bengal tiger, Gangetic dolphins, water monitor lizards, and olive ridley turtles. Unfortunately, this river delta also makes Bangladesh one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world. The effects of climate change have already begun impacting the livelihoods of the population living in the delta as well as other parts of Bangladesh. Flooding and salinity is slowly forcing the population away from the coasts, with approximately 200,000 people losing their homes a year to land erosion. With the continued impact of climate change, it is feared that Bangladesh will disappear by the end of the century. The capital of Dhaka is the fifth largest city in the world. It's world's most densely populated according to the World Economic Forum, with 44,500 people per square kilometer. Dhaka's uber density and bad traffic has become one of the things Dhaka is famous for. This Bangladesh fact is one of the reasons why any visitor to the country feels overwhelmed from the moment they arrive. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, do not forget to subscribe the channel below. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, do not forget to subscribe the channel below.